What's going on YouTube? It's Donnie B all day. So I just got a box in the mail today, a KBAR knife. Not something that KBAR sent me, not something that somebody said, dude, you need to check out this KBAR. I'm going to send it to you. A KBAR that I bought. I bought because I saw it and thought, damn, I really like that. So it's going to be an EDC style type thing, and one that I'm very excited about. As a matter of fact, it's sitting right in front of you, but I'm not going to show you. I'm going to wait. I'll probably throw out a short, and then whoever sees the short is going to see it. But I'm really, really excited. Now, I wasn't going to make a video about me getting mail because who cares? That's what shorts are for. But I thought about it, and I was like, everybody has this weird feeling about how I feel about KBAR, but nobody ever asks me. And the thing is, when I first got my KBAR utility, right, which is what everybody calls the USMC, I got one with an Army logo on the sheath because I'm Army, and I was blown away with the knife. I loved it. I loved it. And the more I studied knives and the more I studied the science and the science of balance, the more I learned different things about knives. So I made a comment about, and this is where fanboys really drive you crazy, because you can love everything about something and then talk about one little thing about that thing that you love, and everybody, oh, you hate this, and you talk smack about this, and it turns into this big thing. Fanboys are the worst people on the planet because they never listen to everything. They only pick apart certain things because they're fanboys. You can't say anything that goes against what they believe, and it's just the way it is. But my KBAR utility, loved it. Then it made me buy the Big Brother, which I think is I was just telling somebody was just messaging me recently asking about the Big Brother, my man Jared, and he was asking, dude, is it still worth it? I have this guy is offering me a trade and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, dude, yes, the Big Brother is worth it. I love it. I'm a huge, huge KBAR fan. Then I bought the KBAR short, which I freaking loved. And so the more I studied up on knives and I learned about the science of knives, and I learned about mean, MEAN, it's M.E. It means something, right? And it means something in the mean. But the mean is knife balance, and it talks about there's different kinds of balances, different kinds of points of balance to different things. And when it comes to fighting knives have a certain point of balance range. Hunting knives have a certain point of balance range, machetes, and then it goes down the line. Everything has a certain point of balance where, for what its intent is going to be perfect, absolutely perfect. So over time, the USMC which was the utility with the brown leather grip, it's still called the utility knife. And the reason it's called utility is because it's made to do pretty much everything, right? It is made to do pretty much everything. And while it's not the master of one, it's great at all. It just really is. And so I talked about how the mean, and this is the science, this isn't my opinion, how the mean, it's not a fighting knife. People refer to it as the USMC, the fighting knife. And I said, well, it's not really a fighting knife. You can fight with it, and I say it all the time. Yes, I wouldn't want it in my ribs. Yes, you can win a battle if it's in your hand, but it's not balanced. The mean, scientifically, does not balance out for that. It's balanced, as a matter of fact, perfectly for a hunting knife. It's like the balance makes it the greatest deer knife on the planet. And people hear that, and because they're fanboys, and they say, oh, no, it's a fighting because they used it in war. Yeah. I used a can opener in war. It's not a fighting can opener, I promise you. But because somebody hears you say something that they don't agree with, even though I'm not giving an opinion, I'm literally based my information off science and math, actual freaking math. And because of that, you get this reputation. Oh, this guy hates KBAR. Oh, this guy talks smack about KBAR. This guy KBAR. I am a huge, ginormous KBAR fan. As a matter of fact, I mean, there are models that they have right now that I would melt my mother down and sell for scrap to get. The EK stuff is just fantastic. So there's only two things I've ever said really bad. Sorry, it's fanboy bad. It's not bad. It's fanboy bad about KBAR. One, I brought up the fact, actual mathematical fact that the KBAR utility, the USMC, the famous blade, it's weighted. The mean is perfect as a utility knife, which is what it's called. They actually made it perfect for what it is, but people assume that nope, it's fighting because it was given to Marines. Okay, well, yeah, you can fight with it, but the one thing I said was no, the mean is a little off for that. It's not a true fighting knife. That's my entire like landing where I sit on that blade. I love the blade. I have one. I have one sitting right there. I have the NASA version. Captain Electro sent it. And it's one of those I'm not getting rid of it knives. I love it. I absolutely freaking love it. But nobody hears that because I said it's not a true fighting knife. So no matter what I say positive from here on out or from here on beginning, it doesn't matter to fanboys because fanboys are jackasses and they never know what they're talking about. So the only other thing I said is the plastic grips, like on that, I think it's called the War Sword, Short Sword. I can't remember what exactly it's called, but it's got these plastic grips. And just like the BK series, plastic grips. And I don't like plastic grips. Oh, you can't say that either. You forget that if you say anything that you don't like or anything that opposes what the fanboys think, you're automatically a hater. I just don't like plastic grips. I'm sorry. None of my knives that I do have plastic grips because I don't like them. If I liked plastic grips, believe me, every one of my designs, every one of these would be loaded with plastic grips. I don't like plastic grips. And I'm not going to apologize for that. But they have options like with the BK series, you can get micarta grips, which I absolutely freaking love. You can get micarta grips, and now all of a sudden it's great. My biggest point was always, why don't they just sell them with the micarta grips already on there? Now you have a perfect knife. That BK9, phenomenal. You put micarta grips on that. What knife is going to be better? What knife is going to be better? It's that good of a knife. The grips matter to me. And I'm such a big grip guy. Everybody knows with my designs, I am into the grip. I because of my hands and all that, I need a great grip. The box that I have in front of me, I was about to pick it up. The box that I have in front of me, grip is great. The grip is great. It's a KBAR, and it's every bit of KBAR that KBAR should be, and every bit of KBAR that KBAR is. And it's designed by Jiraz. I don't even know how to pronounce his last name. So if you know how to pronounce his name, like spell it out like in layman's spelling so I can get it because it's Jarosz. So I'm assuming it's Jiraz. I don't know. But I don't want to disrespect the guy by giving the wrong name. But it doesn't really matter because if somebody called me, Donnie be all day instead of Donnie be all day, it's not going to matter. I know what they're talking about. But yeah, I'm really excited about this knife because I think it's going to replace a lot of the stuff that sometimes goes in my rotation. This thing is awesome. And it's kind of like I was about to say the shape. If I did, you'd know what it was already. But it's really, really awesome. And I'm super stoked to get to video in that. I got a couple that I have in front of it. So what I'll do is I'll throw a short down on it. And if you're watching this video and then you see the short, you're already going to know what I'm talking about. If you don't bother to go watch a short, you're going to be in suspense, just hanging there. But for all the fanboys who are like, oh, you're a hater, because you either talked about something you prefer or don't prefer, or because you bring up math. So you're a hater if that's the case. But I'm telling you right now, and you can take it to the bank. I'm going to look straight into your eyes, because all these people, oh, this guy, he hates KBAR and all he does is talk about. Okay, so you want to know what I think about KBAR? Me, from my own words and not from the haters. Don't listen to other people. I love KBAR. I love the company. Orleans, New York. I love KBAR. KBAR makes phenomenal knives. Great freaking heat treats. Great heat treats. Is every knife company going to produce every knife the way you would want to make the knife, like with micarta instead of plastic? No, that's how they make money, right? So, but you're not allowed to say it. You're not allowed to say, "Oh, I would have loved the micarta on here instead." And all of a sudden, if you say that, it means you absolutely hate KBAR. And I heard that so much. Like, why do you hate KBAR? What are you talking about? Whoever said I hated KBAR? I freaking love KBAR. But if you say one thing, fanboys, there needs to be a channel called Fanboys React, where somebody posts all fanboy things and how ridiculous they sound. But as far as KBAR, without being a fanboy, I'm a fanboy. I mean, I freaking love them. And I love this knife that I got right here. And you guys are going to see what it's all about when I film it. This is one of those winner chicken dinner type designs. And everybody knows, like I have right next to me, like the styles of like blade shapes and whatnot that I carry. I carry this one a bunch, but I carried like styles like this, like clip point designs, and styles that are kind of like reverse tanto. I don't know if this one has that, but yeah, but not this. This one's more of a gentleman style, but the thicker versions of these, like the off-grid Black Mamba and all that, I carry those because that's what I prefer. That's what I absolutely love. And the style that I bought, and I love drop points, and they have a drop point in this style, and I didn't get the drop point because this one looks like madness. It looks awesome. It's kind of like the Bradford Guardians, but in a folder. Ooh, it's awesome. So I'm really, really excited about this. Really excited. This is going to be a great one. How I feel about KBAR. I love KBAR. If you're a fanboy and you've heard me talk about the balance point, and you don't agree with factual science and actual math, that's not my fault. That's on you. That's in here. Maybe take a math class, educate yourself, and then come back and we'll have a discussion. Until then, shut your fanboy mouths. And this isn't a reaction to some fanboy, because I haven't done a KBAR video in a while. So I haven't heard from the fanboys on that. But it's the fact that I have heard from the fanboys on that, and they are just freaking ridiculous. All right, I'm going to go shoot that short. People are going to see it because I'm ready. That's it for this one. I am Donnie all day. Until next video.